Yesterday was very frustrating, right? So we had this 6 pick flex. I mean, we still get the 2x payout, but Conley, we just needed one more rebound for what would have been a $10,000 cash. And of course, he comes up one rebound short. And then worst of all, I mean, this was the more frustrating one, was Cal Maker. The Avs were up like, 4-1, 5-1, and he got a final shot on goal in like what? With 1 minute left, with 2 minutes left, or maybe even less time. So you can see we would have won a lot of money. This would have cashed this 5 flex. I mean, it would have been a crazy night. But regardless, we still doubled up on a lot of these plays, so not horrible. I think we still had a positive ROI on PrizePicks for all the plays I gave out on Twitter, but still very frustrating. Back to the drawing board today, so let's find value. First play I'm on, Dart Hard, over 20 points plus rebounds plus assists. You can see it right here. Right? So this tool, you can look at any market. So this is college basketball, whatever sport you want to look at, millions of odds updating in real time. And what you want to do with this tool is look for inefficiencies in the market. You want to look for value, right? Recreational bettors wake up and they bet with their gut. Ooh, I have this feeling about LeBron James, right? 99% of sports bettors do that. They bet with their gut. They bet with their emotions. And that's why the books are in business. That's why 99% of sports bettors lose money. As a sharp bettor, you wake up and you look for value. So you see Jordan Walker, PrizePicks has his line at 30.5. Underdog has his line at 30.5. DraftKings and 10bet also have his line at 30.5. There's no value. Don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. There's no value in the market. You're just paying the juice, paying the vig, right? So most of these plays, you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. But again, out of the tens of thousands of odds on PrizePicks, you don't need that many plays. You need 5 profitable plays. You need to find 5 places where they're screwing up and offering too much value. In Dart Hard, his line is 20 on PrizePicks, right? 20.5 on the 3 other data points in the market, the 3 other price data points, right? So this is what's crazy about sports betting. You think about the price of a stock. You go to TD Ameritrade, you go to Fidelity, the price of the stock is the same. Whereas in sports betting, all these books try to set lines independently, right? They all want to be unique. They want to do it independently. PrizePicks wants to be different than Underdog. And sometimes they screw up. And here you can see PrizePicks is at 20, 3 other data points at 20.5. So we found value. PrizePicks is too low relative to the 3 other data points. So we want to take the over. That's the first play I went with. And again, you don't only use this strategy when betting on PrizePicks. If you're looking for profitable plays on FanDuel, Fliff, whatever, this is a profitable strategy. You want to look for value in the market. So you're comparing lines and you're seeing where PrizePicks is too low or too high. Same thing for whatever other sports books you use. That's the first tool I use. Second tool I use pretty frequently is the positive EV tool. So these are, the 2 data-driven tools where I get most of my picks. So the screen is really useful for comparing, where are books setting the lines at different levels, right? In sports betting, a player's line could be 19.5 points, 20.5, 21.5. So when you're using the screen, you're mainly looking, comparing all the books side by side and being like, okay, where are books setting the line at different levels? So if we go to NBA player rebounds, for example, I just kind of, literally treat this like a little Bloomberg terminal. You go to whatever you want to look for, and then you hunt for inefficiencies in the market. You hunt for value. So here, every book has Tatum's line at 8.5. There's no value. Don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Don't bet with your gut. Marcus Smart, no value. So you're kind of ruthlessly scanning, especially for differences between, PrizePicks and Underdog, because these platforms work in basically the exact same way. So typically when PrizePicks and Underdog differ, there's some value. So I just kind of scan through this. The second tool, which is a lot easier to use, in my opinion, and has more profitable plays, is the positive EV tool. So with the screen, you're looking for differences in where, are PrizePicks and Underdog, where do they have the line set at different levels? 7 versus 7.5, 6 versus 5.5, stuff like that. The EV tool, on the other hand, is comparing prices, right? It's comparing where books are setting the line at the same level. So what you're going to notice here is on PrizePicks, it says, you're getting minus 119 odds in a 5 flex or a 6 flex. And I've gone through this tons of times. I updated, my ROI on PrizePicks. So I updated this PowerPoint, the verified bet tracker I use, where you can actually follow all my plays on not only PrizePicks, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever. It's called Pickett Sports. It's just a verified bet tracker. Don't work for them. And the way it works is you sync your sports books and it holds you accountable, right? Everybody should be tracking their bets. So many people will be like, I don't even know if I make or lose money sports betting after a year. I'm betting every day. That's why you want to track your bets. So on PrizePicks, I'm always placing 5 and 6 pick flex, right? I've gone through the math so many times. Well, let me zoom back in here. I've gone through the math, so many times before, but let's say you can select overs and unders 57% of the time correctly. So let's say like this, all your picks, you can hit them at a rate of 57%, right? Let's just say you can do that. That's pretty good if you think about it. 57%. If you gave this to a monkey, the monkey would have no edge. So this game's always going over or under, right? Like if we go to college basketball, Steven Crowell, whoever this guy is, no idea. This game's always going over or under, right? He's always going over 10.5 points or under. So it's 50-50. If you have no edge and you're just randomly picking, you'd be right 50% of the time. So if you could hit at a rate of 57%, your ROI in a 5 flex, and this spreadsheet I'll put in the description on YouTube, would be 19.25%. 19.25%. That's pretty good, right? That would be better than my current ROI on PrizePicks, which is 11.37% this year, right? So really good ROI if you can hit 57% of the time. If you're playing 2-pick power plays, your ROI would be negative. Negative 2.53%, hitting 57% of your picks. So when people are like, oh, I make money playing 2-pick power plays, it's like, no, you don't. You're not tracking your bets. You don't make money. Anyone giving out 2-pick entries consistently has zero clue what they're doing. So you can't expect to make money playing 2 picks, right? Your ROI literally goes from 19.25% in a 5 flex to negative 2.5% in a 2-pick power play. So long story short, on PrizePicks, you're going to see, on OddsJam, 2 different odds for PrizePicks. Minus 137 is what you get with a 2-pick power play. Minus 119, so essentially like on PrizePicks, let's go here. You can reverse engineer their payouts, right? Like kind of what would it be if you compared it to sportsbook odds? And for a 5 or a 6 flex, PrizePicks is minus 119. So we're looking for value in the market at minus 119 odds. So what you're going to notice here is all the sportsbooks have Dennis Smith Jr., his over 7.5 assists, heavily favored, right? All the books have it heavily juiced to like minus 150, right? We're getting minus 119 on PrizePicks. Again, what's crazy about PrizePicks is they don't vary your payouts depending on if you select overs or unders, right? So for a 2-pick power play, doesn't matter what 2 picks you select, any 2 picks you select, you can switch over to EuroLeague. It's going to be a 3x payout. Overs, unders, it's always a 3x payout, right? So PrizePicks doesn't vary your payouts depending on if you select overs or unders. So the strategy sharp sports bettors implement to make money off PrizePicks is you look for spots where sports books are saying, yo, this over or this under is heavily favored, which is exactly Dennis Smith, this play with Dennis Smith. So OddsJam is updating, tens of thousands of lines on PrizePicks, millions of odds across sportsbooks to point out these rare few betting opportunities where PrizePicks is screwing up. And the most profitable play in the market is Dennis Smith over 7.5 assists, because all the sportsbooks, you literally have dozens of data points, right? It's not just like there's one sportsbook posting odds. They're all posting odds, and this is what's crazy, right? If he has 8 or more rebounds, this bet is a win on every sportsbook, but they all try to set prices independently. Imagine having hundreds of different prices for Bitcoin. It's freaking insane, right? It's absolutely crazy that this happens, right? All of these books want to set lines independently. So here we see Dennis Smith, his overs heavily favored on the sports books. We're getting minus 119 on PrizePicks, so we found value. We found an edge, right? All the books are telling you, yo, this should be priced around minus 145. The over's heavily favored. You're getting minus 119 in a flex. That's a play you want to be on, and it really is as simple as just hitting the bet in bold, highlighted in green, right here, right? Dennis Smith over 7.5. And I say this all the time too, but a lot of people will be like, oh, does this only apply to PrizePicks? And the answer is no, right? Like I'm focusing on PrizePicks because it's available a lot of locations, in the United States and Canada, people like it. It's popular. So, the plays I'm giving out are available to more people. But you can see the top profit margin play in Virginia, where I'm currently located, different states have different sports books. So you can see, here's the sports books that are available in Virginia. All of these, but they may not be available in your location. But the top plays on Bet365. And it's actually a higher profit margin play than the Dennis Smith play. But I'm giving out the Dennis Smith play because more people like PrizePicks. It's really that simple. Whereas, in terms of making money, Bet365 is actually much more profitable than PrizePicks, right? So here you can see it's the same concept. Bet365 is giving us a ton of value. Plus 155 you're getting for PJ over 2.5 threes, when Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is only giving you plus 122, right? Then the next play that's really popular is a EuroLeague play, right? So a lot of people ask me, do you filter out sports or leagues? No, I literally just set my max odds to plus 190 and hit the bet in bold and in green. OddsJam is constantly updating millions of odds to show you these profitable plays, right? No other book is giving you this better than plus 150. Bayern Munich, thought that was a soccer team. Whatever. You're getting it plus 165. So long story short, here's my entry. Jake Guntzelzo, under 3.5 shots on goal. Dennis Smith Jr., over 7.5 assists. Jacob Poeltl, under 9.5 rebounds. Eric Gaines, under 3 assists. Darthard, over 20 PRAs. All plays from the OddsJam screen or the EV tool. Nothing will ever be bet with my gut. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully we make some money tonight. We got a good entry, and let's get it.